Hello, fellow Skyrim modders. This is Tutorial Joe, and this tutorial today is going to cover using the vanilla courier system that is already in Skyrim to deliver your customized letters in your mods. So, and you're going to be surprised at how easy this is. This is not going to show you how to make your own courier. This is going to show you how to use the one that's already in the game that comes up to you and says, your hands only. Alright, so I've made a quest called Tutorial Joe Courier. It's a very unique name. Alright, so I have it start game enabled. Priority is 40. I don't know how important that is, but that's what I have, so cut me some slack. Stages. I have 0. This is when the quest starts and nothing's really happened. Then 10. Oh, I got ahead of myself there. I'll delete that. We'll come back to it. 10 is when you have talked to an NPC named Tutorial Joe, and he sets stage 10 here. So basically the way this quest works is you talk to this guy named Tutorial Joe. You say, let me show you the dialogue. It's really great dialogue. They really should hire me as a quest designer. You say, I hope I don't have a secret admirer, and then he says, you never know. And so I have, conditions here, so only he says it at stage 0, then it sets stage 10. At stage 10, what will happen is the courier will then get the letter, which is from Tutorial Joe, and then when you change locations, the courier will deliver that letter. But we need to script it so that will happen. First, let's set up our quest aliases, which I've already set up. Let me show you what I have. Secret Admirer is the first alias. This is the person who sent the letter. You may want to set it up that way, where the person who sent the letter is a quest alias, or maybe you don't want to set it up that way. But you need something for the letter to start at. So, Secret Admirer, Unique Actor, Tutorial Joe. That's all there is. There's no flags or anything. That's it. If you wanted it to be a Radiant NPC, you could do that, but that's not for this quest to say. That's not for this tutorial to say, rather. Alright, so then the letter. This is a little more complicated. I've checked use stored text, stores text, and optional. Now, I gotta be honest, I don't really know what these mean, but I think it has to do with you have a letter and it needs to say these things. So I just checked them. It can't hurt, okay? Optional is because this letter may not fill right away, and if it doesn't fill right away, then that means the quest won't ever start. So check it optional, and you'll never have any problems. So the way we're going to create this is create reference to the object, tutorial letter. Courier tutorial letter is the unique book that I made, which is a note. The level doesn't matter. I had set it at, but I'm going to change it to in, because if you put it at, what's going to happen is it's going to comically appear at the feet of the NPC. So in Secret Admirer. You could also, instead of having this be a person, you could have it be a container. And you could put that container under the floor in a cell where no one would ever be able to find it. Just so that you could have it hidden somewhere. But the way that it seems that quests like the hired thugs one, where if you kill someone and someone sends a thug after you, they create the letter in the victim, or at the not the victim, the relation of the victim. They create the letter there, but they assume that it goes so fast that you would never be able to see the letter at their feet. So anyway, the most important thing here is letter has to come after Secret Admirer, because you are creating the letter in the Secret Admirer. If you remember from 10 seconds ago when I had that up on the screen, and I shouldn't have clicked on it because it's going to take forever. So because we're creating it there, if you had the letter first, the game is too stupid to realize that secret admirer is afterwards. So you want it to always be, if something is created in something else, or if something is reliant on something else in its conditions, you want that thing to come after the thing it's reliant on. Okay? It's very easy. So now what we need to do is find a script to put in our stage 10. And you saw it earlier because I wasn't very prepared with this video and I already had it in place. So I'm going to show you how I got it. What I do is I think of parts in the game that do what I want to do in my mod, and I just steal the scripting. So WI assault, if I spelled it right. Jeez. This is if someone sends you a letter and says scare my enemy. This is what we want right here. Because you see it says Courier script add alias to container, and the alias is letter. So basically this is saying get the letter from this quest and put it in the Courier's container. Took me a second to remember what my quest name was. Sweet. And I'm also going to add a debug notification here. That way I'll know that the script fired. And I'm going to put semicolons in front of these two because then when I compile it, it won't have an error. Alright, so this we'll come back to that. Alright, so go to scripts. I'm assuming you have a quest already set up that you want to add this letter delivery to. You need to add a quest script that is named like this. I mean, the name doesn't really matter that much, but you can't use this. You have to use this. So basically, you just hit add script, new script. Name it the name of your quest plus quest script. I made mine conditional. You have the option to make it hidden or conditional, and I just made it conditional. I don't know if that matters. Properties. Let's add a property, okay? Now we want to call it PWI Courier because that is what is in that script we put in stage 10. Now in type, instead of choosing something from a drop-down box, we want to type WI Courier script. That is the quest script attached to WI Courier, which automatically filled there. And if it doesn't automatically fill, it should be the only thing you can pick. So I don't know why it wouldn't automatically fill. So back at quest stages, at K My Quest, you choose your quest script, which I already had done, which basically tells this script down here to look there for its properties. So then I can delete these semicolons. So now it will compile, and sweet, everything works. Now you'll notice I clicked keep instance data from here on. Now that means that, well, I don't know what it means exactly, but if you don't do that, the courier will deliver you a letter, and there's a possibility that the letter will be blank. So this will prevent that from happening. Alright, one last thing. We basically have it all set up to do what we want it to do, but there's a little bit of tweaking we can do. The one drawback to using the vanilla courier is that he doesn't have a lot of dialogue at all. And most of it is very specific to the quests he uses, except for, let's see here, he says that all the time. He'll say, yeah, I got this note. No, you don't want to use that because that's the Dark Brotherhood. He can say, I have a letter here for you. And then he can say, look, like that's it. If you don't do anything with these, he'll just say these first two and give you the letter, and that's fine. It doesn't really matter. I have a letter for you is generic enough so we can go in here and add a condition. Now look at the way this works. He'll only say this if he has these two letters in his inventory. One or the other. It doesn't have to be both. So I went ahead and I added, you see these are or, I added my letter here. So get item count, book Courier tutorial letter, which is the one I made. He has to have at least one instance of it. And you want to check this on the quest alias container. You have to have that. And I checked or just so it won't conflict with any other mods. So that's what it wants to look like. And so when the courier comes up, he'll say, let's see here. I have a letter for you. Looks like that's it. Gotta go. And then he'll run away. Cool. So that should be all. Because my quest is start game enabled, I need to generate an SEQ file, but that's not going to be in this tutorial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fire up the game, and I will see you there. Alright, don't laugh at me, but my computer is not very fast, and so, oh great, the mouse is there. It's going to be really slow, even though it's on low graphic settings. COC, wind, helm, it's really hard to talk and type at the same time. So we're COCing from the main menu, which some people say is bad to test quests with because the scripts at the beginning of the game haven't fired if you do it this way. And that's very true that you can't be certain if your mod is compatible with the game if you COC from the main menu to test it all the time, but for these little small things, it's fine for me, and I've never had a problem with it. But I don't claim to be an expert. Let's get real. Alright, so we're in Candlehearth Hall because this is where this Joker Tutorial Joe is located. If I can find him. If this computer is so jerky. Alright, so here he is. Now if I try to pickpocket him, you'll probably see, yeah, he has his letter on him. Now if you didn't want the player to be able to pickpocket it, you could make, like I said, a container that's like under the floor where you wouldn't be able to get to it. So I hope I don't have a secret admirer, Joe. You never know. Alright, so now we'll see a debug notification come up in the top left corner. Alright, Courier has letter. So now what that means is that it's in the Courier's container. And when we change locations, the Courier quest will start. This is handled by the story manager because it's a change location event. And the condition is for the Courier quest that the Courier has a letter in his inventory. So right now, the story manager is checking all the quests it has for change location, and it's seeing that, yes, the conditions for the Courier quest are valid, so it's starting that, and the Courier is spawning, and he is running to us as we speak, getting ready to force greet us over here. I hope. Because it'll be really awkward if he doesn't. There he is. Jeez, scared the crap out of me. Yeah, you see how it's so slow that it takes like a few seconds after the dialogue's done for the lips to stop moving.
Looks like that's it. Got to go.
This is how I played Skyrim for many, many months. Oh, look at that bandana. It has like a design in the back. Alright, let's see if it worked out. Sweet! Alright, yeah, and it even has the name because I did that in there. Cool. So we did it. There you go. That's my conclusion. That's all I have to say. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, I don't want to hear anything about it. But if there's something that you were unclear about or you want some help, feel free to post a comment and I'll try to help you out. And if you want to, subscribe because I might have more tutorials. Or if you have a suggestion, let me know. So this is Tutorial Joe signing off, saying happy modding. And fast quit. That's only 3 Qs.